If you are deficient in potassium, it can lead to some nasty things. This video will cover that as well as what happened to my own anxiety when I started getting more potassium. So make sure to stay to the end because this is something that perhaps could improve your life quite significantly. Hey, it's Scandinavian Bob here. This channel is all about becoming a warrior in your own life by crushing anxiety, learning smart self-improvement tips, interesting mental tricks and cool biological hacks. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit the subscribe button right now and let's start with today's video. Before we start, just a short disclaimer here. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a guy who likes to read and learn a lot. And in my videos I simply share my experiences and what I have learned with the viewers of my video. Okay, so what are the symptoms of low potassium levels? Well, here are the most common ones. Muscle aches, heart palpitations, anxiety, shaky or twitchy body parts. Potassium deficiency can also cause your blood pressure to rise, and it can also cause muscle weakness and cramps. And if you are deficient, it is very common to also have mood issues, and they can even become pretty severe. Now, if you listen to this and start thinking, wait a minute, this sounds kind of like when you are low on magnesium, you are absolutely right. And just like the fact that magnesium deficiency is very common in people today, well, so is potassium deficiency. In fact, people always talk about how magnesium is a physiological relaxer and how magnesium can help with anxiety. And sure, it does. However, very often it isn't until people start getting more potassium in addition to making sure to get enough magnesium that they start seeing significant improvements in their anxiety levels. This is because potassium is also a physical relaxer, just like magnesium, and if you are low on potassium, then just getting enough magnesium is not going to be enough. I learned this a couple of years back, and then I also noticed how getting more potassium made a huge difference in my own anxiety at the time. So let's talk about some foods that are high in potassium. Avocados, spinach, salmon, coconut water, sweet potatoes and bananas. Now bananas do not come close to avocados, and you would have to eat about 3 bananas in order to get the same amount of potassium. So I don't really recommend trying to get all of your potassium from bananas because of the high amount of sugar. And also, 1 avocado isn't enough, so here's a tip for you. What I personally do is I make sure to eat at least 1 avocado every day, and in addition to that I also blend some spinach and kale in a blender with water, and then I just drink it when I get my breakfast. If you have anxiety or any of the other symptoms I just mentioned, I highly recommend you try doing the same and then see if your symptoms starts to improve. And of course, then it's also good to be aware of things that drain our body of potassium. So some common causes are, well, the first one and most obvious one is simply not getting enough potassium from your diet. Then another common cause if you are sick and have to vomit pretty often, because that will totally drain your body of potassium. Diabetes is also one cause, but not only that, because if you have high blood sugar levels or high insulin, that will also tend to drain your body of potassium. In fact, eating too much sugar is another cause of low potassium levels. So when we combine all those factors here, well, every one of us would most likely do better eating less sugar. And if you have problems with your blood sugar levels or insulin resistance, then that is especially true for you. And so, the stress hormone cortisol and anxiety in general will cause potassium levels to go down. And the ironic part is that low potassium also causes anxiety. So as you can see, this is a vicious cycle that we can break with the avocado, spinach and kale breakfast. And also, if you are sweating and drinking a lot of water, then the body will flush out electrolytes, and potassium being one of them. So those are some things to keep in mind. And again, if you're not already doing so, I really recommend you start eating more of those potassium-rich foods. It sure made a big difference for me. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, hey, check this out. I have written a book that I want to give away for free. It's called Discover Anxiety Solutions, Become a Warrior in Your Own Life. And it's a book with unusual ways to eliminate anxiety and shyness to become your most badass self. You can download it 100% free by clicking the link under this video where it says ebook, And when you download the book, you also automatically join my email list. So that means you'll be one of the first to know whenever I discover a new and interesting tool or some new exciting biological hack. So click that link right now, join my email list and become a warrior in your own life. As always, thanks for watching. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out. Keep going and stay strong.